Hello 7 Commanders, this is Gaz999 with a quick video on how to set up Azure text-to-speech voices for use in EdCopilot, which is a companion app to Elite Dangerous, developed by Commander Razafrag. Not affiliated with FDev, but it is a fantastic tool. On razafrag.com, there is an article called Setting Up Azure Cloud Voices, and he states the following. You're going to need a credit card or debit card just in case you go over your membership and exceed your quota of 500,000 characters a month. EdCopilot is nice enough to keep track of your usage and tell you when you hit 50 and 75 and 95%. And then you can just turn it off in EdCopilot and turn it back on again when the new month starts. So you're going to want to go to portal.azure.com. And provided you don't already have an account, you'll have to create one by clicking Create Account. Putting in your email. Okay. And then creating yourself a password. All right. And then putting in your birthday. So then you're going to have to go to your email and type in the code. Okay, so you've made it into the Azure portal with your email account. Now we need to create the speech service. The easiest thing to do is to come up to the search bar and type speech services. And you should get the very first item that shows up. Has this little box with what looks like a waveform in it. Speech services. Right. And now we have to decide if we're going to do a free trial or, whatever. So, of course, we're going to do the free trial. We want to try Azure for free. And this is where you'll need to put in your credit card information. So you do this, and then you move on to the next step. So once you put your credit card information in, you should land here at the Create Speech Services screen. If you don't, it's easy enough to just go back to the Home menu or just type in the Speech Services again in the search bar, find it here, and then Create Speech Service. Okay, so you're going to have one Azure subscription. A subscription is just your account that everything you create inside the Azure portal will be part of this subscription. You can have multiple subscriptions if it applies for multiple uses, applications, whatever it is, but we're just going to stick with one Azure subscription and a resource group. You can name this resource group, right? And I've called mine EdCopilot Azure. Should be TTS, but whatever. TTX doesn't matter. This does matter. The region. Leave it East US. Or if you do change it, just remember what you've made it, because it will be important in EdCopilot. And then you give the instance a name. So we're going to just call this EDC TTS. All right, so that's EdCopilot TTS for me, and a pricing tier. Now, I've been through this before, so I've selected the free tier. Standard tier is still $0 basically. right? So I'm going to select this. If you want to know how it's priced out, you can open this link here, and you can get the information about the pricing options. Okay, so we're actually using this text-to-speech neural. So we get 500,000 characters a month. And like I said before, EdCopilot will track that. Okay, so we're basically done creating. So we do this review. It'll just show you all your selections, and then hit create, and it will create this service for you. All right, should be done. Deployment is complete. So if we go to the resource, we can see all the details we just created. And down here, very importantly, we see our keys. Key 1 is the one we're going to need. Click on it to copy it to the clipboard. And now open up your Notepad application, which you'll just have on your PC. You can hit the Windows key, type Note, press Enter. It'll show up. Okay. I'm using Notepad++. You can use the regular Notepad, doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Paste in your key. Now I'm going to delete this account, so this key will be invalid. And then save the file as Azure subscription key .txt. And actually, the program will add the .txt automatically. Make sure that you save it inside your EdCopilot Azure cache folder, like this. Once you're done with that, you're pretty much done with the setup on the Azure side. If you want to read the instructions, you can go to razorfrag.com. Look for, under how-tos, look for setting up Azure Cloud Voices. All this information is in, including what to name the file, and then how to do the next steps. So now I've loaded EdCopilot, and I'm on the very first screen. You can see that here it says Azure TTS service is enabled. Usage count is 421,240. And you can also see that Google Cloud is disabled, but I still have some usage count. I was using Google. So there we go. We have our information right up front. Okay, so I've turned off the Azure Voices. Just going back to the original default voice, just to do some comparison here. So we'll ask the original voice something. Places. Commodities. Item 5. Buy best local.
I am sorry, Commander. I cannot find anywhere to buy Alexandrite within our search radius.
Okay, so that's the original voice. Settings.
Affirmative, Commander.
I'm on the setting for Ship AI Voice, Azure Voices. I'll turn it on.
Affirmative, Commander.
Select a voice.
Affirmative, Commander. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Try one more.
Confirmed, boss. Is this setting any better?
You can see there's quite a bit of difference. Okay, I'm going to pick Monica.
Affirmative, Commander. How does this sound?
Now, I have this slightly faster. You can see the Azure voice rate. I have it just a little bit faster. Prefer that. Okay, and here you can reset the character counts. I don't know of a reason to do that unless it gets out of sync with Azure. But so I'm going to close this now. Buy best local.
I am sorry, Commander. I cannot find anywhere to buy Alexandrite within our search radius.
There you go. So that's the new voice. Settings.
Affirmative, Commander.
Okay, so we're going to go back and down here, we turned on the Azure Voices. There's the setting here. I'm now going to go back up to Ship AI Voice, which is kind of the general settings. If we were not using Azure, we'd be using Zira, which is the Windows TTS. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to turn on the radio effect. Now I like it. You can have it not in Ship, so if you're in your suit or your SRV, you can have radio voice. I prefer it to be always.
Confirmed, Commander.
Okay, and I also like a beep.
Confirmed, Commander.
And you can hear in the background that there's white noise, there's click, and there's distortion. Those are completely customizable, as is the frequency of the voice between 1200 Hertz and 2500 Hertz. The higher the Hertz, the thinner and more far away it'll sound. A synthetic voice effect.
Affirmative, Commander.
And a chorus effect.
Confirmed, Commander.
There we go. So those are the settings that I prefer for this voice. So there you have it. We set up the voice in Azure. We switched them on in EdCopilot, and then we did some customization. So I think that's it for me for this video. 07 Commanders.